Roles of a denizen. A content creator is a user that creates posts and is rewarded based on the quality of their content. A content evaluator is a user that helps assess the quality of content and enforces community standards. The evaluator is effectively taking part in a marketplace to curate content and is rewarded for early evaluation. A content consumer is a user that wishes to find and consume the most valuable content in a given subject area or within a community. A lair owner is a person holding tokenized ownership of all or part of a community lair. Owners are rewarded with a portion of all mining activity happening within their lair. Owners are incentivized to build the best community of content creators and evaluators.
Hello and welcome to episode 36 of the Coffee Show over here on Den. How y'all doing? This show is brought to you by Fehrenbacher Sausage, an artisan sausage maker person here in Gainesville. Not really, but I bought a shirt and wanted to show it.
Do I have sound?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh,
you're good.
Thank God.
Had a little troubleshooting this morning. You know, the thing everybody wants to do is get their brain working in the morning is coffee and troubleshooting, so it works out. John, how's it going? Good morning. Yep, you sound great. Your microphone is fantastic, so thanks for fixing yours as well.
It's perfect. It sounds just like he looks exactly like me, the bastard.
Yeah. And I know
sounds just like he's done the last two episodes.
Oh, that's true. Sounds exactly the same. So we have updates. We have an agenda. Let me just read that. See what we're up to. So we've got updates. We got a sidebar thing. We got some DAO proposals. We got a new show coming. We got some new layers. We've got an LCP that's open for proposals if you want to add some new layers. And we've got a reply section. So, you know, we can do all those things today.
Oh,
if you haven't noticed, I'm in a good mood.
Words are back. I've been gone for a while, so like the words are back, and I didn't even notice. I'm so happy.
You want to see what we went with? So there were two proposals. One of them was to have the on hover, like mouse hover kind of thing. But then I don't know if you read the proposals, but we ended up denying that one as a community. Everybody ended up voting against that one, and for a wild card that a dev brought up. One of the front end devs was like, "Hey, what if we do this instead?" And so that was proposed. And basically there's a little caret or a little, a greater than, less than sign at the top. And you can just choose what you want. It's up to you.
That's so good.
So by default, the words are there. So any new user will come in with that by default.
Oh my God, I love that.
But after you learn what they mean, you can be like, go away.
And you get like a tiny drop more screen real estate when you do that. That's awesome.
And not only that, it should be persistent per device. So if you do it on your laptop, it'll stay. But if you don't do it over on your desktop, it'll stay that way.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? So cool. I mean, probably if you clear your cache, it'll go away. But that's the idea. So we got nav labels. John, this is your dream.
Yeah, I can quit the show now.
Yeah,
he's done everything he needed.
Your job here is done.
I'm done. This has been a fun ride, guys.
This is real, man. I'll miss you a lot, to be honest.
Got my word, so.
Well, that's what happened. It's like
I don't know what to say.
You put your foot down, is what you did. Yeah. You showed up to the DAO meeting, to Den DAO. You said your piece, and you were patient, and then it didn't get done. And you didn't feel like going through the normal process where the community has to vote on it. You just wanted your thing done. And so then you chimed in like, hey, my thing ain't done. And then you left. You didn't show up for 2 weeks. You're like, I'm out. If you're not going to do my thing, I'm out. And then while you're gone, we're like, damn, John left.
I didn't even think
over
about
some
that.
Words. You know, sometimes people get mad over words. You know how
John was protesting.
So he went out and he flew a sign. And we listened, and now we have the nav icons back. So thank you for your service.
He genuinely rented a plane and he had them right in the sky, right above Joe's house. I missed the fucking words. Love
That's what he was doing. Yeah.
Yes, I quit. Little did he know we'd already dealt with it while he was doing all that. So like,
yep. So here's your sign. Speaking of signs,
ball reference there.
Yeah.
Well
Real deep cut.
Look what I found. I remember this because we bought it on vacation, but my wife left. She must have dug it out of a vacation bag that we forgot about, and she left it for me because I do coffee, right? Shout out to Den Coffee Mugs.
Oh,
and so this is a coaster, and I'll just read it to you. It says, "Marriage, it's like a deck of cards. In the beginning, all you need are 2 hearts and a diamond. In the end, you wish you had a club and a spade."
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, "Oh, thank you, honey. That's so sweet."
It's like, oh, this makes me feel like you want to end me every time I have a sip of coffee.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Let's talk about stuff. What's going on in your lives? Anything interesting around Gainesville or the internet?
John goes first. He's been gone a while.
Yeah, what have you been up to, sir?
Yeah, so I
The hell have you been?
Here, I'll bring the agenda down so we can have a more personal conversation.
Oh, sure. I think the first week I was just like, I went to bed at like 4 a.m. I'm like, there were like 5 or something in the morning. I'm like, there's no way I should wake up to do this.
Yeah, you texted me. I remember. You're like, by the way, I'm just not going to be there. There's no way.
I'm dead. No way.
I had so much work and stuff to do that week too. It was bad. And then my brother was in town for like 2 weeks. So I was hanging out with him. And then I think I woke up and thinking it was Tuesday and just forgot to do the show Wednesday. I thought it was Tuesday. I had like been off by a day the entire week, like plus or minus. Like it was not great. And I think I woke up that day. I was like, all right, got to take the garbage out. It's like, no, John, it's Wednesday. You missed garbage day. Also, you missed the show.
Oh, shit.
So,
I wouldn't put that past any of us, though, on doing. Because, I think I remember once, Mr. Crab, you texted me because you thought it was the show day, but it wasn't. You're like, oh, shit, I'm late or something. And
I did. Yes. I was like, it's like 11 o'clock. Yeah. I was like, did I just miss everything?
I was like, no, it's just not. It's not the day. Wake up and get your bearings. It's not the day you think it is.
Oh, my God. Well, I mean, let's see. I wake up late every single day for the show, and I'm always scrambling to put this damn laptop together. So
if I'm being honest, I'm a little bit of a masochist, and I scheduled things so that we were all sleepy and tired. It was kind of the idea. It was like, we should probably get fresh brains and wake up together. That's what we should do.
Coffee with Dan, also known as Dave's kind of an asshole.
I'm glad it's not me. That's what I'm happy about.
My John at work. So we have John here on the show, but I also have a guy that works with me named John, who we love very much. He goes by Johnny Apple on Den, and he posts stuff all the time. He's great. He one time was the whole day on Friday was like, I think is it Thursday? Like everything feels off. He's like, am I supposed to be here? So Monday rolls around and his time to show up comes and he doesn't show up. And it's like 15 minutes late. He's like half an hour at this point. And me and Craig are like, wait a minute. Do you think he doesn't know it's a work day? So he calls us about an hour later and he's like, shit, I'm supposed to be at work right now, aren't I? So you just don't show up for the show. My John doesn't show up for work.
And then casually texts and has a conversation with you.
He calls. He's just like, hey, I'm alive, by the way. And we're over here like, oh, thank God. Because we're worried about your safety. Welcome to Jobs in Gainesville. Most of us are pretty cool.
Yeah, we all have the similar names, apparently. It's just having
a
meeting today. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I got a meeting today with another John. So that's cool. Things are coming together with it's interesting, man. I don't know if either of you, this is related to one of the questions, I think, in the replies even, but I think either of you keep up with necessarily like the cryptocurrency and blockchain news all the time. But you've probably heard. Do you? Well, that's good. You've probably heard or read somewhere about like the collapse, the cryptocurrency.
Oh yeah, that's been fun.
Apocalypse or whatever. Hold on, I have a thing with wires and I can't do this right now.
You're good. Go do your thing. Oh God, he's gone. What do we do?
All right, he's gone. Well, welcome to Punch.
That's better. Holy crap! I couldn't do it. I just had some twisty twist.
Time. He had some twisty twist.
Yeah, I got some twisty wires, and they're not okay.
I deal with multiple wires.
It didn't even go away. It's still. This is the problem. You know
I
how
have
you know
better
when
headphones too.
it gets all like that. I just can't.
Yeah, you
Little
just
OCD
you just
maybe.
hold it up and
So-
you let it twist on the.
Point is, I was going to do that, but then I realized I'm live and it's going to take too much time.
It's okay. I had you covered.
Oh, you're right. So
Immediately.
I was thinking about it this morning, and I was actually talking about it yesterday to I was over checking out some stuff for my friend Bob, and I was like, Bob, they don't know anything about cryptocurrency or anything about blockchain. They're normal, average people. That's great. And I was like, Bob, have you seen anything in the news about how like cryptocurrency has collapsed and everything's dying and yada yada? And him and his wife are both like, oh yeah, all over the place. Like cryptocurrency is collapsing and this and that. I was like, yeah. Funny thing that after that happened, after like 2 weeks, maybe, after like I guess triggered by the depegging of the Terra Luna UST stablecoin. So about a week or two after that, when the dominoes, we saw which dominoes were going to fall, basically, it was a really interesting thing because I wasn't personally affected by any of that because I never got into these I wouldn't say never, but recently I have not been in any of these. I don't know what else to call them besides like speculative Ponzi's kind of thing. And also like there's been a lot of conversation about how a lot of people getting into crypto or building crypto projects are trying to be a bank, or they want to work with the banks, or they want to, like emulate what the banking's done and stuff. And I've always been so like, fuck them, that I just didn't bother. Right. So that said, when it all collapsed, it was like a bunch of people were looking around that didn't really get hurt. Like, yeah, the market went down and all the numbers went down, and I have Bitcoin and I have Monero and those numbers went down. Well, Monero didn't, but you get the idea. Like, yeah, there was side effects in the market, but we're all looking around. I say we collectively as like random internet friends that I've never met. And we're like, hey, so who's still standing and who didn't this affect at all? And I'm over here like, yep, that's me. Like everything's the same. Den's working fine. The stuff in Gainesville, actually, it's kind of nice. Everybody that I talk to is not just talking about what dog coins they're in and, the percentage that it's gone up and how much money they can make. And I guess this is my point. I realized I had the wrong messaging for a while, and I was trying to chase what I thought other people liked, which was number go up and NFTs and, all the like staking and farming and yielding. And I shouldn't have been trying to even cater to those people, because as soon as something went wrong, they all disappeared and left and cried.
Yeah,
and I hate people losing money. I hate to see people hurt. But at the same time, the signal to noise ratio on having conversations about blockchain and cryptocurrency, the only people wanting to do it right now are people that are building shit and people who understand like the potential and the future benefits of it. So it's been from like 1 out of 10 conversations to like 9 out of 10 has been traction, has been, hey, we can work together, has been, let's build. And that's been great. So I'm optimistic. Everything's in the shitter if you look at a chart, but
Are you saying that the collapse of a whole bunch of shit coins was actually not a bad thing?
It seems like that's the case.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. It definitely seems like that's the case, because we were getting a black eye from all of these scams, legitimate scams, which, if I'm being honest, it was fun. Gambling is fun. I love Vegas. Great. I go put money in slot machines. Why wouldn't I go over and throw money at some shit coin that's doing this on the chart? Fine. That's fine. But it was being sold as cryptocurrency, and it's not cryptocurrency. It's nothing to do with what cryptocurrency is about. So that's one of the reasons I'm in a good mood.
You not
peel back the layers of bullshit, So
that's a good one.
There's my morning thoughts.
You want to know what my awful morning thoughts are?
Sure.
I'm sad today.
Oh, well, I'll hold you up, man. I'm on the other end.
My lizard died.
No way.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Why? How?
Well,
don't they live forever? What's the deal? They regenerate.
Yeah, they just like burn. They do like phoenixes do. They just burn and then they come back up. He didn't burn though.
Yeah, the tail does. I just figured that was how they worked.
Actually, Beardy's, their tail doesn't fall off.
Oh, but what if it does?
If it doesn't grow back.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Arthur had a little tip that was
like, what if you make it fall off?
No, I mean, you could. It would be a bitch, to be honest. Like, you could pick one up and fling them around. Don't do that if you have a bearded dragon. Oh, my God. But you could do that and they'd live. So I will wait for Dave to return.
Like, yeah, you're telling your story. Just
oh, no, he's good.
Punch a hole in my butt.
He's good. What?
I was thinking more of like that.
Oh, my God.
I'm not trying to, like, torture the animal.
Side note,
just a quick snip, you know.
Side note, my poor wife is watching this and she loved him a lot. So I'm sorry, honey.
Look, I'm not mourning your lizard's death. I'm saying I'm surprised and I'm sorry, and I didn't know the tail didn't grow back.
I don't remember the name. So there's a few types that the tail doesn't grow back, and like beardies are one. I don't think iguana tails grow back either.
Okay.
But they also don't drop them as well if they freak out. That's why beardies are great for kids, because younger kids, because if they are a little rough, they're not going to lose their tail, and they're pretty damn resilient.
I only ever had a leopard gecko named Lizzie.
Aw,
Lizzie the lizard.
I thought about getting a leopard gecko. Actually,
they're cool.
I like them. So poor Arthur.
Colorful.
I'm pretty sure that one of the reasons that he has been kind of a really docile, lethargic lizard the whole time I've had him is because he's had this thing. They call it ADV. I can't remember what it stands for fully, but it's this disease that really nukes their immune system and makes them kind of stare up at the sky a lot, which he always sort of did, which is weird. So he got a parasite from what I can tell, and no matter what we gave him, it just wasn't. We couldn't get it dealt with. So
that freaks me out. Parasites.
I feel so bad too, because like Jackie looked at him the other day and she was just like, "Hey," funnily enough, he dies on the 4th. So we're about to leave and go blow up fireworks, and like Jackie looks at him and goes, "Hey, he's not moving that much today." I was like, "Oh, they kind of do that. Watch." And I went and I picked him up, and he was just like all limp over, and I was like, "Oh God." So yeah, that was not.
I'm sorry. That sucks, man. Yeah, that's bad.
Rest in peace to my wonderful lizard king Arthur. He was pretty awesome. Also, side note: don't buy a certified. If you buy a pre-owned lizard, make sure you get like a certified pre-owned. A certified pre-owned lizard. I was his 3rd owner. He went through some people.
I've never heard it put like a used car shop.
Oh, that's the way I've been putting it, so I'm not as sad about it. Just like get a certified pre-owned instead of just a pre-owned.
Well, I accidentally killed mine. It was my fault.
Oh, that sucks.
In my defense, I was a stupid high schooler and didn't know about life yet. But I was between homes and moving back in with my mom and stepdad, and I had Lizzie in the aquarium thing in the seat, and I just drove from Fort White to Lake City. And when I got to Lake City, she was scared as shit and died. She just got scared to death, and she was like, "This."
Yeah, they freak out.
And then done. I was like, "Holy fuck! I didn't know that I could kill you with stress like that."
Oh, poor
so
thing.
My bad. I didn't know.
It was the perfect lizard for you, the most stressed out lizard possible.
Yeah. Taught me how to sweat.
Leopard geckos are a pain in the ass. Chameleons as well. I always thought about getting a chameleon until I realized, mostly because I love the movie Tangled, and Pascal is the cutest name in the world for a chameleon.
Never seen that.
You should really go watch a Disney movie. It's got Mandy Moore in it, and that's all you need to know.
We canceled Disney Plus, and we still have like a week left, I think. So I should
go watch Tangled. It's genuinely my favorite Disney movie these days, I think, of the modern ones. So I thought about getting a chameleon, but like if you have their temperatures and their humidity even slightly off for like 6 hours, they'll die. And I was like, you know what? No, that's not on my list.
It's like, I guess, the thing about importing things that didn't grow up here. Yeah. I don't know how to say the words that I was thinking just now, but you know what I mean.
Yes. It's not
not native species.
There you go. Non-native. I was going to say it's not invasive because we're not like releasing them into the wild. I wonder if there's any consequence to the amount of super mealworms that I threw out into the yard. Probably not.
Were they alive? Maybe you'll have a bunch. I don't know.
I mean, they might be alive.
We had a so I grew up in the woods. So we had an old wooden flat bottom boat that was decommissioned, and instead of repairing it, it was just put out in the put outside and then filled in with soil,
as you do in Florida.
And then we just would dump like earthworms and mealworms and shit in there, and they would reproduce and they would grow. And then so after doing that for a minute, for decades, if you wanted to go fishing, you just go out to the worm boat.
So smart.
And you dig around and fish out some worms and go fishing.
Go to the worm boat.
Go to the worm boat. So maybe you'll have a worm boat in your yard. I don't know.
That's awesome, actually. Good thing I'm moving, and whoever's going to live here is going to have to deal with that.
I used to raise crickets too, breed them.
I might need to talk to you about that because unfortunately with Artie being gone now, it feels weird not to have a lizard, specifically because I do a show on Den and we have our lovely little dragon. So Jackie and I were thinking about maybe going and getting a lizard at some point. And now I'm paranoid about the feeders that I give them. I don't want to get a parasite. So if you bred crickets at one point, we might be breeding crickets.
If you're moving someplace that has like an outdoor spot, like a back porch or something that's outside, then you can set up a little cricket farm.
We'll have a balcony, actually.
Okay. That might be doable. And they're pretty easy. They're not, they don't smell bad as long as they're outside and there's airflow.
They don't smell bad as long as they don't.
Yeah. But they don't have like a pungent reek, but they do like shit in their cage. They're crickets.
I mean, constantly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Crickets
but it's pretty easy. You just got to throw in some old, what I did was I used some old paper towel rolls and stuff to make a little honeycomb of places for them to go in and hang out. And then they just multiply.
I'm going to get really elaborate about that, right? Like I'm going to start building like a little cricket palace.
Sure.
I mean, I'm going to feed them to a lizard. So,
and then or yourself, depending on how the supply chain goes internationally and how expensive meat gets.
I'd probably use the crickets to lure in something better.
Or you could make a cricket patty for a burger. You don't know what you like until you try it. So anyway,
what have you been looking into?
We've just been talking about breeding and eating crickets now for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, what the hell's going on today?
I'm gone for 2 weeks, okay? And then this shit happened.
And then we're suddenly a reptile channel.
Current events.
That's not a current event.
Sure.
That's
it started. Started
as
a current
2
event.
days ago, John.
It's a relatively current event.
Crickets. Talking about Arthur, I'm so sorry that happened. Like losing an animal is rough.
It sucks.
You're keeping it together. I get it. I love the deflection with describing it as a used car. I do the same shit, but and then we talked about crickets for 20 minutes.
Well, because it was relevant.
Well, just in case the crickets were the poison, you could have his own
which is entirely possible.
Non-GMO organic crickets. For the next lizard.
See, that's what I want. I want to make sure I breed the cricket. So if he dies, if the next one dies from a parasite, I can know it's entirely my fault.
Fair enough. But John's got a point.
Let's move the hell on.
So if you've noticed, I'm sure you've noticed by now because we've talked about it. This is cool. So I'll just click it again because I haven't.
Yeah, I'm real happy.
I haven't clicked it enough, and I want to click it again. So that's cool. There's a new show coming, and I'll just talk about this for a second before we go to the replies section, but starting a cannabis show. It's going to be cool. It's going to be similar. It's going to be a kind of a combination of this show and the World Blockchain Roundtable. If I had to peg it, if you've seen WBRT, it will be in the cannabis layer, and it will. I'll give out lot to the cannabis layer. I got a bunch of it. I got a lot. So anybody who co-hosts for one of the shows and anybody who asks questions that get answered on the show will get ownership in the cannabis layer. So I've got that as an incentive. It's the same way that we're going to roll this show once we get a layer of our own. But basically it's a bunch of Gainesville people who have either an appreciation or an okayness with cannabis or a license as a patient or as some other enthusiast and wants to talk about things while maybe half of us are stoned because we can do that. So it'll be live. It'll be 10 a.m. on Mondays. This is kind of what this will replace the Monday show that I've been doing, which is not a show. It's just a time slot I wanted to fill. So I'm filling it with this. But it's interesting. I've got very solid interest from a number of people that are going to make it really great. One of them has already started posting over in the cannabis layer with daily deals. Just a quick note, I'm going hard in Gainesville right now. And so if you're not in Gainesville and you're on Den and you start seeing all this stuff pop up about Gainesville,
come visit us.
Yeah, come visit us or compete. I would love to have like
Compete.
on the leaderboard, when we get the leaderboard and the metrics, I would love to have like maybe like by geo like IP address or something, where you could be like which city has like the most adoption or something as we roll out into multiple cities and stuff. That'll be fun if we do that. But my point is,
before we get assassinated,
before I sidebar too much out of there, if you see a bunch of Gainesville stuff, like right now, there's a bunch of, like I said, dispensary deals in the cannabis layer, but those are just for Gainesville, Florida. So if you're in there and you're not in Gainesville and you're confused, that's what that's about. Right. So she's going to help me organize this new podcast, which is great because she's fired up, chomping at the bit to do something, and I want to do that. And then there's a lawyer.
I feel like we missed this step. Who is she?
A friend of mine. I thought I said,
okay.
Yeah,
a friend of mine.
A friend of mine locally that I've known for, I don't know, 10, 15 years, whatever it's been. And
Color me intrigued.
What was I going to say? Oh, so there's a lawyer who I got to verify, but he said he's interested. And he has a license and he has passed the bar exam. So he has interesting things to say.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And so that's Gainesville too. There is a current candidate for mayor who's probably going to come on. He's not going to partake. He doesn't smoke weed, but he wants to come and talk to some locals and stuff and hang out and talk Gainesville. So that'll be one of the co-hosts, at least for the pilot episode, which would be cool. Who else? Let's see. There is like 5 other people that I still got to like talk to, that we've had initial conversations. I just got to go back and see who's serious. And then we'll do a pilot episode. We will see how many of those people that I can hook into sticking around and being like regular co-hosts. That kind of how I did the two of you. Like, hey, let's do the thing. You want to stick around and do this forever now?
Yeah, sure.
And I think it'll be great, and we'll be able to have some more content that is different from this and different than World Blockchain, because it's all of it is going to be like not necessarily blockchain people. Myself and I think one other person who's interested is heavily into blockchain, and we even have, it would seem, some differing opinions. That'll be great. Yeah.
Sets the cannabis show on a time when I am at work, like an ass.
That's why I didn't invite you. It is nothing personal.
He didn't invite me, but that's because
Well, you're in the middle of moving and doing all kinds of stuff, man. You can't even make this show.
He just doesn't want us to. He just doesn't want us to talk to anybody important. We'll embarrass him.
I think he's just tired of my big brain ideas, and if I like talk to a bunch of stoners about it, like, ooh, that's an armada right there.
Oh, yes.
They might look at you and be like, wait, he's got the ideas?
Yeah.
Who's this Dave guy?
See, like Dave, he has all these ideas about cryptocurrency. Me, I'm still fighting for the right click.
Oh,
I gotta figure out a name for that. That doesn't sound great. That's
your next crusade.
Fighting for the right click doesn't sound exactly the best.
I gotta change that one. Control click. I don't.
Yeah, you can do it in Apple terms. I guess more people might understand it. It's crazy how people don't do computers anymore, right? Since Apple and phones.
Nobody knows how to use a laptop. It's amazing. I had somebody try to sell me a laptop yesterday.
It is what it is. It's just it surprised me. That's all. I'm sorry. What was the guy's story that I cut you off on? Nope. Okay. So let's see.
I like the one time you cut him off and you're just like, and you acknowledge it. You're just like, what was that thing? And I don't know.
What?
It wasn't a thing. Anyway, you had your chance.
Moving swiftly onward.
I mean,
I think. All right, I want to pitch a new name just really quick.
Yeah, because there isn't one. That's great.
Working for the new tab.
Working for the new what is that? I don't know.
Because you're trying to open a new tab.
You're
trying to right click and open the thing in a new tab.
Oh, you're not talking about the cannabis show, because the cannabis show needs a name too.
Oh, I've got that one.
Well, let's hear your right click fighting for the right thing.
Yeah, that was my new one. Was
you got to fight for the right click? No,
yeah, it doesn't come off the tongue quite the right way. We're not going to go with it. Getting a new tab.
You've lost this.
Tabbing out. I'm tabbing out. No, it's probably just best to call it. Can we right click and open a new tab? Request.
Yeah, cool.
That's like it's too wordy.
I'm tabbing out. Sounds like the worst superhero.
But nobody has to spend time deciphering what you might mean either. So there's that benefit. You think it has to have a catchy name to pass, like a bill in the U.S. or something?
No, I just wanted to have a catchy name for me. If I'm going to support something, it's got to sound cool.
Well, welcome to the T Swift or Die show, everyone. Jeez, all about him.
What?
It is always. This is a show for John. What? This whole show is to just stroke his ego.
Do you have a name for the cannabis thing, though? You said you did.
Yeah,
please.
What is it?
I'm not going to share it. You didn't even
I'll buy it. I'll give you 5 matter for it. If it's a good name.
I'll give you.
Actually, you know what? Anybody, if you have, let's do this.
Not to tell him.
Here's what we'll do. I'm gonna put a reply in. So whoever's watching this or whoever's watching it in the future, no fucking way. Matt Martyr did not just tune in. Give me a break.
Matt Martyr.
Hey Matt, in private chat, whenever you're set up, drop me a line and let me know you're set up and ready, and I'll pull you in. Just so you know that your devices are not connected at the moment.
We have no clue what's ever going on this show.
Oh, I know who Matt Martyr is.
Yeah. I'm happy.
All right.
Tell me.
Yeah. Well, he's not in Gainesville, I don't think. No.
Well, that's what I said. Is he back?
So what do I put? I'm gonna say so. Here be the place to place your ideas for the name of the cannabis show that is upcoming. Now, John, you like to word things fancy. You can wordsmith that for me, but I think it's clear.
That's like a
reply to this with your creative ideas, and I will personally tip out with matter.
Y'all babble.
And the winner will receive. What will they receive? How much lot do I have for that? Hold on. How do I tell? Let's go here. Nope. How do I tip? Hold on. How do I tip? Lot. I got a bunch, so I'm trying to give it away. Cannabis, 3.1K. Awesome. So I will give winner will receive 512 cannabis.
You should do 420. Why 512?
Oh, it is cannabis, isn't it? Okay.
What are you doing?
I just wanted to have a normal, even number, round number. Because 512 is a multiple of 4. I mean 8. And it's like a even number, I guess, to me. I don't know. My head does multiples of 8s because computers, I don't know. So yeah, fire away. And I'll throw some kind of image in there from, how about blonde hair, blue-eyed, white AOC? Because it's an interesting image. Have you ever seen that? It was somebody talking about how maybe Republicans would like her if she was white. And it was like a conversation that I thought, okay, based on John's face, I don't think that's a good image.
What? I just had a freeze. I do think that's a dumb image, but.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why I'm not going to put it on there. How about this one? This is better. I'll put on the super boost.
No, dude, do the fucking avocado with the butt.
That's for the eroticism layer. This is the super
for
boost.
Whatever you want.
Well, this is for whatever I want now. All right. So put some ideas in there, John. You can do it too. If you want to win, if you don't want to win, then don't. And we'll go down to the replies as I bring up I am for I am and Mr. Martyr. Let's see what we got. Hello, you're at the beach. Good morning, I am for I am.
Good morning. Yeah, I opened up the curtains from that master bedroom closet, and that's my view. I'm still in the closet because I haven't finished the honeydew projects. Yeah.
Well, tell me about your past week, sir.
Dealt with the heat. It's been hot. As you know, I'm from the distant planet Alpha Centauri, next to the Alpha Centauri sun, and next to Texas. It's just about as hot as Texas. So I guess that's
so you're perfectly acclimated for the climate of Texas.
Yeah. So kind of feels like home.
So that's why you've never showed your face on here. I like to imagine that you just look like one of the aliens from Fire in the Sky. If anyone has ever seen that.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I am for I am is he doesn't know it, but we're progressively doxing him on this show, little by little. He's trying to hide his face, but we know what he sounds like. We know he's got a fanny pack, and so if we're out walking around the world and we see somebody that sounds like that with a fanny pack, and be like, I know you got a hard drive in there.
Walk around Texas. Oh, yeah, we know you. I know you got some silver coins.
Well, I'm trying to be a gray man. You know what a gray man is?
No.
A gray man is someone who just kind of blends in. You can't see it. And so, like, if there was a true, economic collapse like we're seeing in Bitcoin right now, if there was a big economic collapse, what you want to do is you want to blend in. You want to look gray. Like you don't. People look at you and go, "Oh, this guy's got nothing. He's got nothing to barter with."
So you picked a piece of fashion that's been gone since the mid '90s.
Yeah, I put
blend in with modern society.
Well, this is why we got to bring it back and make it.
He is an alien.
Again.
I mean, it took him so long to get here from Alpha Centauri. He was just like, son of a bitch. All of my fashion is out of style.
It's a long play, but we could make it popular, and everybody has fanny packs again.
I kind of think you're doing that by accident.
See, John doesn't know, but he's leaving, and he had a big garage sale, and I got most of my clothes from him.
I didn't sell anything. It was my wife's stuff.
Well, he didn't say you sold it. He just said
I thought it was yours, John. Because I tell you, this blue dress with the white polka dots. Oh man, love it. Little short, but God. I love it.
A little short. Oh my God.
Right. So yeah, Jacob Wayne commented, and he's an artist. You see this? He recreated. He gave us alternate icons. Now we got to just put these in. Put emojis in for the icons. That makes me
think of The Sims.
Oh, John, you have been dominating this whole Den.social thing with your freaking labels on these icons.
You're championing of what we need. Also, Jacob Wayne, for when you see this, I'm working on that data, but it is being a bastard.
Jacob Wayne with the artistic work here.
I love how the cheese wedge was the wallet. That makes sense too.
Someone moved my cheese. Have you guys read that book? Read that book? It's an organizational management book. Someone moved my cheese.
Don't move my cheese.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to talk about the book Stinky Cheese, which is about a rat trying to find his cheese that tastes good to him, but nobody else likes it. It's taught about being different in a conformist world.
Wow, that's deep.
So you're trying to tell me that I must conform and read this damn book?
I'm trying to tell you, do whatever makes you happy, buddy.
Do whatever makes you happy. I miss this dinosaur so much.
I know.
I do want to shout out a little quick tip that Chad brought up. If you're not seeing the new labels here, you might need to log out and log back in, or you might need to clear your cache, usually in the options menu of your browser. Or I like to do the Control-Shift-R. I don't know what it is on an Apple device, but that'll hard clear your cache too. What that does is it forces to reload the new updates. You're not going to see this on the app, but on the desktop, you should see the new stuff. And if not,
the app is a neglected bastard child.
No, it's not. It's just a different animal.
Hey, does anybody else have the app and 9 times out of 10 when you open it, it doesn't do anything?
So uninstall it and reinstall it because you have an old client that's not updating for some reason, or update your app is what I would say. I'm sorry, but it's such a rapid pace of development right now. Like there's a bunch of rapid fire things happening that your clients are going to get out of date and we're just going to have to reload it.
Is this why you just use the desktop version for everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've stopped using the app for anything at this point. I just open my phone and
like, now, I know people that will only use the app, and so we do need the app. Most recently, somebody said they hadn't been on Den for 2 weeks because every time they open the app, it doesn't load for them or whatever. And I think I remember there was a heavy API change, where back end and front end had to change how their APIs worked and stuff because of some of the updates. And I think that ended up making some clients not work. And so it's an update. It's just some people, for whatever reason, didn't get the automatic update from the App Store. Maybe. I don't know.
I wonder. I blame Apple because, of course, I do. Do we have any comments? I feel like we have comments today.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was
trying. You sent me earlier.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's in here somewhere.
Was it? What the fuck was the Gravity Crab and T-Swift?
Yeah, I think that's in here somewhere. It's one of the comments.
The crab
down here. Yeah, Dragon Chain Holder.
T-Swift and the crab.
I like to read them in order though, so I'm going to.
We're OCD again. OCD.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're all just catering to your OCD.
Yeah,
we're here because we
rename
love Dave.
This show.
Catering to Dave's OCD for 2 hours.
Fine, let's skip around.
I'll
keep track by which ones I've tipped out and which ones I've not. That's how I'll mark it. So Dragon Chain Hodler. Did T-Swift and the Crab? No, and I love that T-Swift and the Crab is how you were called out.
That is the name that we're going to use for if we ever start a band.
T-Swift and the Crab.
That sounds like a shock jock radio show.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to T-Swift and the Crab in the morning.
That's not bad.
Like one of those, like, everything has to be way overbearingly exciting.
That could be both of you quit your jobs and come to the cannabis show, and we'll just name that T-Swift and the Crabs.
Do you want to pay
That's
us?
like a live at 5. That's like
how
a
much money are you willing to throw at me
pay us anything
for that?
So right now, no. Passion project.
Nope, I'm good.
But if you would like to help make it valuable, that's where the lot comes in.
God damn it, Dave. No.
That sounds like a free labor.
You can't tell me to quit my job and then be help me make this valuable.
No. Yeah, I can, but you don't have to do it. And but no, it's going to be eventually. I imagine that there will be some sort of revenue, but in the beginning, we need to make it valuable enough for someone to sponsor. Right, so let's get in the swing of things, and then if you want money, you can just wait until it's got money involved, and then
in the swing of things.
Yeah, but at that point, you're not going to be able to rename it. It's just the people there in the beginning who get that.
Okay, so we were called this.
The Crab know about decentralized social media before Den.social, or were you the one to put them on? Getting my coffee and oatmeal creamer ready for the show this morning. Let's go. So it's probably my fault.
It's Dave's fault. Entirely. I didn't know a damn thing about the cryptocurrency world as a whole until he dragged me. So for the people that are viewing this that don't know the background stuff, we go over
not too much personal information.
Well,
please,
no,
sir.
not too much. Don't worry. Well, no, you dragged. I worked for you at a computer store, and then you dragged me to a coffee shop to buy a Bitcoin from a guy, and it took like 45 minutes. From some guy. I don't even think we know him. Like, he was somebody that you met on the internet, and you were just like, hey, we're going to go. You called me at like midnight one day, and we're like, what are you doing tomorrow? I was like, all right, nothing. What's up, man? He's like, meet me at this coffee shop, and we're going to buy a Bitcoin. And I was like, fuck it. Sure. Why not? So I get here, and it took like 45 minutes for this thing to even go through. He was like, nope, I gotta wait. And I'm like, this is insane. And it was
because I had just given the guy $300.
It was only like $300.
It was $300 though. It was so expensive. It was oh my god, I can't believe I'm about to blow $300 on a Bitcoin, right? But I did. God, so I had to wait, make sure enough confirmations went through.
Yeah, so then that went through, and that was my first experience with crypto stuff at all. And then we talked about some Litecoin, and then we didn't think about it for a long time. And then he started showing me Den, and here we are. Then I didn't mess with it for a year.
Back Alley Bitcoin. That's
that's a damn good name for something.
I like that.
That's my radio show. That's opposite yours.
Back Alley Bitcoin. It's where you go and find like the most secretive.
This is what I want to do.
I
want to have competing shows or like friendly competition. We're on the leaderboard, and I am. You should help us design this because you're good at metrics and data, and we have competition among layers and among shows and things like that. So it should be great.
I want a show where he goes and he takes a shotgun and he finds like gangs and beats them up for their Bitcoin. Like, he just assaults them until they give them like a Bitcoin, and then at the end he just puts a silver coin on their forehead.
The problem is they don't allow weapons in the U.S. Capitol.
Oh, son of a bitch!
All right, so let's bring up another. Let's break into that with a little bit of Matt Martyr. What's up, sir? How you doing? Good to see you.
That's not the guy I Googled.
Good morning.
How's your microphone doing? Can we hear you?
Appears to be. Oh, wait.
Say words? Nah. Okay. I think I heard something just now. Maybe there's a delay. Oh, no. It's fine. It's just quiet. Maybe go into your settings and turn off that thing that says automatically adjust microphone volume, and just make it louder yourself. So Matt is
Fix it yourself.
one of my Gainesville friends, and you're not in Gainesville right now, are you?
No. Nashville.
Didn't you move to Nashville?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Right.
Very, very quietly.
That's enough, though.
All right. I'll figure it out. But,
We'll all whisper.
in the meantime,
So how's Nash?
I wouldn't know because I'm never here. How's that, by the way? Can you
That's
hear me?
good. I like
It's a
it.
lot better.
I was gonna say, how's tour?
Yeah. So I fly to Europe tomorrow.
Oh, shit. What are you doing?
Nice.
That's way cooler.
I'm doing merch for George Thorogood all year, basically.
What? That's awesome.
Wow, that's all cool.
That's so neat.
Bad to the bone.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's great.
Sick as can be. Holy
That's
shit.
cool. Because
Yeah.
you need to be doing cool shit, and I'm happy to hear that. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was missing Gainesville though, and a lot of times I'll see Dave's posts kind of after it's too late to join live or something, and I was like, oh shit, I'm on time. Let me
Awesome.
get in.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I put that out. I don't do anything until last minute. So literally, as the intro was rolling this morning on this show, I was like, oh, I should open up like Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn and be like, by the way, we're live.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well,
That's
thanks for
why I love
popping in.
coffee. It's the most casual show we could possibly do. Also, if you miss Gainesville, it's just hot and sticky as per usual.
Yeah, it's same in Nashville. But yeah, man, I don't know. I overheard something about Shock Jock Radio. It's good to see John Branch in here. So.
That's the only value I really bring. It's
The shock value.
I saw
Or the jock.
Yeah.
one of those. It was like a Facebook memory of that little show promo we did with the Jay Rogan John Branch show or whatever you guys called it.
Going Rogue with John Branch and Jay Rogue.
There it was.
Yeah, I remember.
That was a fun show.
That was fun. I remember Locachino interviewed with you guys, and you had a duct tape wallet sponsor, if I remember correctly. It was cool.
Yeah, it was one of Jared's like old friends, which I think he's now graduated from duct tape wallet, but I'm not sure.
It's up to Gorilla Tape now.
And I think it was like $50. We got like $50 for it, and then we had and then Feather sponsored us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's legit. Yeah.
I don't think they got anything. I don't think. It was like they were trying to like recruit people. And I don't
see.
know if it worked. Aiden's like a friend of Jared's and mine, like so.
Aiden's a friendly guy. Aiden's like everyone's friend who's willing to be friendly. Basically.
So is Jared.
My experience.
Yeah.
But Gainesville, man.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's what we do here.
This is the whole show.
Actually, I called Jared of all people. He was one of the people who kind of convinced me to take this tour. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like obvious I should have taken it, but taking a prolonged touring job like in the middle of like economic turmoil that at least seems to be getting worse. It's really
that's
scary.
something I've been thinking about too, not with touring, but just in general.
Just the economic turmoil. How about just the overall turmoil?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's been great too.
Yep. So
How
I mean,
How about Russia blowing up civilians a lot?
Closest I'll be to all that. There's 2 shows in Finland. It's our last 2 shows of the tour.
Oh shit!
I don't know, man. You might want to hurry up and get those out first.
I fucking wish, honestly.
It's going to be, all things aside, it'll be gorgeous there.
Yeah. I've never been. I've been to the UK a couple times on my own. but never really the rest of Europe. So.
My wife and I are starting to look at traveling again too. We didn't for a couple of years. Well, only if we had to, but we're going to go to Iceland. I won't say when, but it's soon.
If you
Jake
freeze
Wayne
it,
is going
I swear to God.
send us some nomadic gear. I'm hoping he sends me like a drone or some shit. I don't know. But
cool.
One of our denizens here on Den, he has a company called Nomadic Gear, and the gear itself is nomadic. So he'll mail it to you, and then you take it on your tour, you take it on your trip or whatever, and then you mail it back to him, and he will personally go through the footage and cut a good video for you, like a vacation.
Side note, he's sending me a thing to give to you.
Yes. Oh, so that's how it's getting here.
Yeah, it's heading to the shop.
Yep. We did a trade for data recovery, and somehow I benefit. I didn't do shit.
Yeah, hang on a second. That just occurred to me. Like, I'm over here watching the data recovery, like, hoping to God it completes. And you're over here like, I'm getting a cool camera mailed to me. And I'm going to go to Iceland.
How did you pay for this? Oh, my friend did work for it. You know?
Dave in a nutshell. No, I'm kidding. That's not true at all.
But they got their games mixed up. Awesome.
Oh,
It's a very good point. There are so many damn Daves at this point.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just glad his data's recoverable. He's a good dude. He deserves it.
What's that?
I said, I'm just glad his data's mostly recoverable at this point. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He should get his stuff back.
I'm diving into that this week. The corner of my office that is the hell corner, I need to build a laminar flow hood and set myself up to do data recovery, because I've got a box of you remember Medusa Records, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Medusa Studios or whatever. And so do you, John. So Hurricane Irma flooded that place. And I was over at another Dave. I was over at Dave Malash's house, which is Medusa was in the basement. And he had this bucket of, for some reason, still full of water, like a big Rubbermaid. It was flooded out still, and all the hard drives and CDs were in there. I think that they had brought it outside to dump, and then like it rained again or something. I have no idea. So anyway, I'm a little OCD. I'm a lot of bit of a data hoarder, and I'm a little bit religious about data, to the point where I hate losing data that can't be replaced. And so I saw all of these hard drives that have local musicians' recordings, stems and original tracks and all that. And I was just like, my soul was dying a little bit. And I'm just like, no.
That's what's on all that stuff.
So I went to the local Chinese food shop and I bought a 70-pound bag of rice. And they've been in that rice for 2 years.
That doesn't do anything.
Maybe 3 years. It does do some things.
It doesn't.
It dehydrates the outside so that whenever I plug in a cable, it doesn't. I got to get the water out of it. Some of them aren't sealed. Old hard drives have a hole in them sometimes.
I thought you were flavoring the rice.
He is. And we're
This is data flavored rice.
So what I'm hearing is we're going to spend a weekend trying like hell to recover data off of a bunch of rusty hard drives.
I mean,
this is a good point. Talking about the trip, film for Den so you can write off some of the trip. I hadn't even thought about that.
There you go. Cha-ching.
And
so side note,
you got plenty
Roz is always watching at this point, and I don't know who Roz is, but they remember me from the workshop.
Right. So this is who I was talking about, who is my friend who's going to be helping me run the cannabis podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's who that is. I didn't realize that's who it was last week, but then I saw the cannabis deals posted. And I was like, oh,
that doesn't clear it up for me at all. But
well, it did for me just because I knew that she was posting those and that kind of thing. So,
oh, it's a she. That doesn't clear it up for me at all.
Well, there you go. There's the name.
That doesn't clear it up for me at all. But hopefully, I remember that person at some point.
Speaking of cannabis, get your popcorn ready. Says the cannabis. Excuse me. Will part of it be about cannabis in relationship to cryptocurrency, blockchain, and opportunities within this industry? I'm sure many would be interested in this niche, including cannabis stocks, crypto, and jobs. So probably, because I'll be there, and I won't shut up about blockchain and cryptocurrency. So I imagine at some point I'll be like, you know what? Bitcoin fixes that. Let me tell you why. Otherwise, no, it's more of a current events, what's going on around town. Let's talk about personal experiences, storytelling. Some of us are willing to talk about our personal medical histories, where we can talk about what benefit cannabis has for us specifically, what medications maybe we relied on in the past that had pretty bad side effects, where we're able to manage symptoms now with cannabis in general. Mostly it's like you got to find a specific strain that does the thing you need, but we want to talk about that and make it normal and make it something that's okay to talk about. So there's that. And then with those weekly or daily deals, we can get together about, okay, what should we, among the people who want to smoke live on air, not everyone wants to do that, understandably. What strain should we review? And so we can coordinate that, since we all have licenses, or some of us do. And so we can literally review strains and talk about, like, okay, how's this one different than whatever, and yada, yada. So educational. Also, it'll be funny because we're going to be stoned half the time. And hopefully cerebral, where we can think about things and talk about them while we have an altered state of consciousness. So I think that's worth having a show about.
I'm in the witness protection program, so I need to talk to my FBI handler to see if I can participate.
Well, let us know. We'll be here.
What's that?
And I argue with that.
John, can I participate in this?
John's a Fed.
You know what? I'll run up the flagpole. I got you.
All right. So I think that's the reply section. Let me refresh in case I missed something, but that should be it.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
All right. We got Jacob Wayne. We got Chad. Make sure I tip them all out. We got Popcorn. We got me. And we got name suggestions. Far out. Okay. What do we got?
Oh, cool.
Chain Pass. All right.
I like that.
What is this? How do I say cannot cannabis? Cannot cannabis? Okay. Dinuana. The green are good. I like the green are good.
Green are good too.
Green are good is good. I like
It's
that.
good.
That's it. Okay.
The green are good.
The green are good. So far, this is my favorite. I like Chain Pass too, though. If we were more like blockchain specific about what the whole show was about, and it wasn't mostly just current events and stuff, but the green are good. We're in Gainesville too, and people like to be like environmentally friendly in this town, so that could work out. I like it. Thank you, Roz.
You know what's crazy about we say the environmentally friendly thing? I have a customer that I've had for quite some time, and I go out to her house occasionally, and she has converted her entire yard into a legitimate like nature sanctuary. Like, it's registered and everything. Nice. So in Gainesville, there's like a 1 small acre plot just back in old Gainesville that's registered as a nature preserve.
We were just talking about that the other day with one of my neighbors. One of my neighbors has that. There's like a sign where it's like a registered thing.
Oh yeah.
And they have,
it's pretty cool actually.
I got that, and I have a sign on my front yard that says "Get off my lawn."
I could see that from you.
Don't walk on my preserve.
Don't touch my grass.
Don't touch my grass.
Also, thanks
Don't touch my junk.
Don't touch my junk. Thanks for reminding me to go to take my pills. Side note, earlier you were like, "What medications have we been on, and what should we replace it with cannabis?" And I was like, "Oh shit, I want to be sane today." So appreciate you.
I did want to before we get through we got 1 more minute in our first hour.
Oh my god. Okay.
I wanted to drop real quick and say I did throw a couple of I did throw a hint in here and be like, yo, keep your eyes open for stuff. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have said that because I don't like talking about stuff until it's here. But there's cool stuff coming. And one of them put an announcement in the airdrops layer. So I won't say anything else except read what Huddle Signal put in the airdrops layer. I don't know if their website is ready yet, so I'm not going to direct you there. But there's info. And basically, if you've ever done anything and experimented with blockchain stuff, they have 250 different blockchains that if you have any anything on any of them. This could be a place to claim some airdrop for a new project. Let's say you got a bunch of shit coins from gambling and you lost all your money. Well, maybe you can use those to qualify for an airdrop. And they're pretty cool. They're going to be, well, hold on. I don't want to speak for them, but there's some info here. Let's see. You can claim all the addresses you control. Let's see. All you have to do is send the smallest amount to a specific address just to prove that you own that wallet. And then, oh yeah, the Huddle Signal website will have claiming stuff and information. Yep, they're going to be building on Polygon, and well, they are on Polygon. They are pretty close to done with that, I think. And so MetaMask is pretty easy to use with that. See the list of blockchains selected on the blockchain selected page. There's not a link to the website, so I don't know if they're trying to send people to their website or not. But that's the thing to check out. So I was going to say, so Huddle Signal, you'll see also there's a layer. Ooh, I can't do this. Hold on, go back. One moment. I just realized I can't do it because I'm subscribed to these secret layers. Let me remove this and it'll show up.
Secret layers.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm in. A lot of people don't know this, but there are
John,
layers.
did you record all that? Did you record all that? You're getting this. You're my Fed.
I'm gonna be honest. It's on YouTube. Like we've had enough on Dave for a long time.
I know. It's all there. I've thought about that. Like it's out there.
Are you really?
I haven't
put this long-term sting. It's a sting operation. I've been profiling you for the past 10 plus years. Oh God.
All right, here's what I was looking for. So let me share this list of layers. Allow. So this is the point of what I was. Well, this is my point, I guess. Is if you scroll through the layers all the way to the bottom. So at the top, there's layers you're subscribed to, and then you'll get to explore layers, and those are the ones you're not subscribed to. And occasionally, you'll see some pop in that are outside of the normal process. The normal process is only once per month. It's a community thing, and we all vote on it. But there's a different type of layer called a business-to-business layer. And so there's cool stuff happening, and you're going to see stuff pop in like, where is it? Huddle Signal. Here we go. So this is a business layer that has just showed up recently. And you can expect once they launch that there'll be a bunch of stuff here, right? And so if you want to learn more about Huddle Signal, check it out. They've been, as you can see, passing proposals to change the decor and the layer, but also actual policy changes, actual DAO decisions, distribution, fair launch stuff. So you can kind of get a heads up and glean some things there if you want. But I'm really happy about this because they specifically didn't want to have some centralized, typical predatory social media thing. They didn't want Discord. They didn't want, Twitter. They wanted to have something that was relatively decentralized, at least. And they came to Den, and I'm super happy about rolling out with them. And I look forward to getting involved, honestly, because they're doing some neat stuff.
Yeah.
Here we go. Right at the bottom. Here's 3 times annual core commodity inflation rate. So it's a token pegged to inflation. And I imagine it's going to disagree with the official CPI. So hopefully that gets some news cycles talking about it. So that's all that's about. I just want to say, pay attention to stuff coming because there's stuff coming.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks for the info. I'm gonna write it down. It was great. Big fan.
I'm a big fan of info.
Big fan of info. Just things in general.
Would you say you're a big fan of Info Wars?
No, big fan of info. I am also a big fan of war on Info Wars.
Wait, you just said I am. You said I am. Big fan.
It's going to be conspiracy hour now.
You're a big fan of him.
I think I was better off gone the 2 weeks, right? Was that more fun for everybody?
No.
The reality this is?
No.
All right, I'm here then.
You guys looked at any of the top posts on Den lately?
Oh yeah, I've been browsing it real hard.
I would go into here and check this one out. So you want to see something interesting is CocoSurf has some good material in Den. And then I'm following CocoSurf. So that means I can see what that denizen posts in any layer they post in, even if I'm not subscribed to that layer. But funny enough, somebody got pissed off at me and organized a ban. And I can't go into the creature comforts layer. I think it's hilarious. I know who it is.
Why are you banned from? Why?
Like, I know who it is. It's just
what did you do?
That's great.
What kind of creature are you?
How uncomfortable did you make them?
And so every now and then I'll
disrupted their comfort.
just to see if I'm still banned, and I'm like, nope, still banned.
How did it pass?
Oh, so the way banning works, there's no proposal for banning. There's no it's decentralized. It's community consensus based. And so the way we have it is you can set in the layer settings. Well, I won't bring it up right now, but you can set a threshold to where if there's two things you can do. You can block a user or a denizen so you don't have to see their bullshit. And it'll just show up as this content's been blocked. You can still see it, but it just makes it to where it gets out of your way. If enough people in that one layer do that, then automatically that person is banned from the layer, if that makes sense. So it's a way scaling. It's a way to allow people to come in. But if you're coming in and the community is like, this is not helpful and we don't need this kind of adoption, they can block you and not see your stuff. And then nobody has to ban anybody. It's just once you hit, let's say it's 13 different people do that, then it signals to Den like, hey, this is someone whose content is not relevant. Maybe it's not even mean. Maybe it's just like they're in the flat earth layer talking about round earth and we get it, but that's not what we are by, that kind of thing. So it doesn't have to be personal if you don't want it to be. A lot of people do make it personal, but that's just how
what the fuck were you doing in the layer? Were you talking about like?
Oh no, it wasn't even about that. It was just, it happened to be, what it was is like, it was a dispute in a different layer. And this is the kind of stuff we have to figure out how to design for on Den, because this is going to have humans, it's human beings.
Yeah.
And so it was a dispute about banning in a different layer. And this is one of the layers that the person had enough influence in to get multiple accounts to block me, to get me banned, to make some kind of point, right? To be like, oh yeah, well I can ban you, that kind of thing, which whatever, so that's what that's about. I don't know why I spent the last 7 minutes talking about that, but I thought
that shit's fucking hilarious. What are you talking about?
And what pisses me off is that looks delicious, right? And so every time I see the food layer, I'm like, oh man, what is that? And it's just like, damn it. Okay. So moving on. I just wanted to scrub through the trending posts. So we've got Sony had to make a PC gaming monitor because the PS5 and 5 isn't. Oh, they made a monitor. So they pulled an Apple. I wonder how much it costs.
Oh God, really?
Yep.
Oh, no.
Interesting, because monitors already are really good. Like today, you can get some baller monitors and
Why
stuff.
did they make a monitor?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Sony's new M9, $1,000.
Oh
okay,
my God.
$900 plus tax and whatever. But geez, shipping. But they're going to have a cheapo 530 model coming. Well, that's something I'm not interested in.
Why would you?
I'm
not just
interested
buy
in it.
TV?
I didn't mean to say that. Thank you for posting. I will upvote you and throw some energy at it. But and thank you for tagging this so we know that it's not your material and it is PlayStation. I'll vote on those too. Everything, Matt, I don't know how much you've dug into Den since last time I talked to you, but it's come a long way. And everything is consensus based. The tagging, the voting.
Really good.
Thank you. I was waiting for this. I haven't seen this yet. So there's
I don't
a
know how
pod.
much internet access I'm going to have overseas, but I definitely want to check this out more.
Yeah, thank you. That'd be great. We opened up some stuff for Japan and India. In fact, if you go to the LCP, this is where you can see what people are proposing and voting on. And so everything created is by consensus and by votes. The last round, so we do it once a month. I forgot that I had tried to drag you into Den a long time ago. So you do know some of this.
Yeah, I know a little bit.
Every month we vote on stuff, and we just got our first not safe for work layer We had to actually build out tools to be able to manage that and self-censor and stuff, but that's live now.
For the internet.
Huh?
It's very essential for anything on the internet.
Yeah, really.
People
but we got
porn, and they also want to be safe from others' porn.
Yeah. I only want my kind of porn, you know.
They want porn, and they don't want anyone to know that they have porn.
Well, yeah. Speaking of, we got anonymous posts just about ready too. So theoretically, cool. you could launch a adult content creation career and sign up for a pseudonym on Den, and we don't know who you are. And then I don't know, own part of the funny thing with the anonymous posts is none of the rewards go to the poster because we don't know who you are. So the rewards go to the owners of the lair. So theoretically, like if you go to the eroticism lair, where's the owners? Dang it.
It doesn't show the owners, does it? It's all blacked out.
It does. So let's see. I'll just do it manually. Eroticism. Yeah. So here's our icons and it passed. There was one holdout who didn't want the man chest, which understandable. But so here's the owners of the eroticism layer. Theoretically, any of these people could anonymously post erotic content, and the payouts and the rewards would just get reflected to the owners. So you would share them among all the owners. But I was just thinking about that as a business model. You could theoretically open, let's say you have an agency and you create content and you want to have your own layer. You could open your own layer and you could be the only owner, right? One owner. Or you can have whatever a core, team. And then all content created in there, if you make it anonymous only, which will be an option, like not only can you post anonymously, but you can set your layer to be anon only to where nobody can say who they are. And that way, all the content in your layer would be rewarded to the owners and not the content creators. So you would know that like maybe somebody in this list is creating it, but you don't know who. So that's interesting. Anyway, I thought that's not what I was going to talk about though. I was telling you about LCP. So that's what won last time. We got firearms. We got world news. We got eroticism. We got DIY. So we have a different maker layer that might actually go somewhere this time. And that was way down the list somewhere. There it is. And photography. So all that stuff. But yeah, I like our avatar here. This is where before you saw the picture of the avocado. Yeah, I forget who it was, but it was like, this is for tasteful eroticism. So he was like, here's a tasteful, it was a play on words kind of thing. So there's that.
That's funny.
Cool. Anybody else have anything they've seen on Den? I can bring your screen up and show it off. Because that's all I'm doing at this point is I want to look at the top content.
Yeah, I got a couple things.
So yeah, check out this podcast. That's probably what I'm doing.
I haven't listened to that yet.
Neither.
And you know what? The one that he did at Berkeley, I haven't listened to that one yet either.
Ooh, that was good.
Really? And it's posted, right? On Den, right? Mm-hmm. So I got to find it. Where would it's just posted in the Den layer?
Probably Dragon Chain. Let's find it.
Yeah, because it was Dragon Chain.
You want to try out the search function that sometimes works? It would have been, is it Berkeley? Was it UC Berkeley?
I thought it was.
Is that right?
Well, or in the city of Berkeley.
What do they call it? It was, you know what?
No idea.
I'll just do Joe Roats. That'll come up, right? An episode of that shorthand.
It's not sorted by date, right?
Oh, I'm sorting it by. Yeah, you're right. The flame. I had to click it to make it the clock. All right, that's not it, right? No. GBBC. This was just released, so this was a long time ago.
It was I want to say like 3 weeks ago or something.
All the super happy episodes have the name Joe Roats in it.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't an interview as much as a panel discussion. It's in there. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll find it. One interesting point is, that round table, it's consistent on its growth. Remember, on my analysis work I do every month.
Yeah.
It's just consistent. It's the same consistent growth every month. And, it's just kicking butt, that model of being able to,
Yeah, there
People
was.
determine the topic, and then they talk about the topic. Of course, the content is so good. That's what's drawing people to it. So.
Yeah, World Blockchain has a pretty good model for that. I think that's how I'm going to model cannabis and with the coffee show spinoff too.
I
At
return.
the beginning. Welcome back. Welcome
I
back.
had to go tell the lawn guys to piss off until like noon. They always do stuff on Monday unless I'm doing the show from home.
Hang on. So you're telling me you just went outside and said, "Get off my lawn"?
Listen, I mean, kind of, sort of. I get, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I did. I went outside and I said, "Hey, y'all, could you like not for a little while?" Yeah, that's exactly what I did. And I don't even have much of a lawn. I have like this much lawn.
Matt, when you come back to Gainesville, you got to check out some of these new spots that opened up since you left. Was
I would
Fehrenbacher there before you left? Fehrenbacher's sausage. Do you eat meat?
You bought it.
I do. Fehrenbacher's been there for a while.
I didn't know when you. I didn't know whenever you moved away or whatever. Because there's like
I
Satch
moved-
Square, the whole 4th Avenue Food Park has become like a staple. There's so much stuff there now. There's shows
Awesome.
there. There's taco shop, pizza shop, sausage shop, coffee
So we have a
shop.
business
I
being
left-
there.
I
Yeah.
left in August 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is almost a year ago now, but it feels like 10.
And then over at Heartwood, we have 2 more restaurants. So Humblewood opened up a restaurant with like a kitchen and everything. And that's over in the Heartwood compound, where next to a Crosstown Repertory Theater.
Yeah.
And then there's another one called Bingo Deli that is fantastic. So that whole compound there at Heartwood is being turned into a community, like local businesses and stuff.
That's
thing.
awesome.
Like more than Heartwood, it's also other stuff. And I think Akira is maybe moving or something, and going to be renting that space over there. So a bunch of cool stuff.
Dude, I would kill for a good deli. And I miss Luke's Bagels, dude.
Yeah, Luke's is what's up. Yeah, we can still get them. Like we'll get like a dozen or 2 dozen of them at a time, and then just freeze them.
Yeah. We have one good bagel place here, but it's more expensive than Luke's. And it's not as good.
Yeah, that's the one place I think that does the New York water
Yeah.
generator, whatever you
Yeah,
want to
there's
call
not a
it.
lot of I don't know. Not that I've been very involved with Judaism for a while now, but I don't feel very welcome in Nashville with it.
That's unfortunate.
I haven't tried really, but Nashville's weird, man. Gainesville's in the South, but it's not the South. Nashville is the fucking South.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you're in a whole different environment.
Yeah.
It's like a different step up.
Yep.
It's a
Okay, I've never been
paradise
there.
for a certain demographic.
But I'm never around. People keep asking me how I like Nashville. I've
I
been
don't know.
gigging ever since I got here. So, yeah. I don't know. It's hot. It's hot as fuck. But, and, I mean, it's really good for networking. That's basically why I came here, and that's worked out well. So,
That's the one thing I keep seeing that's still a thing where people will they'll be like, yep, I know a guy that goes to Nashville like once a quarter just to like catch back up and meet with people and talk to people. Like,
yeah, man.
that's it.
And there's so many LA transplants and stuff. Yeah, there's a little of that obnoxiousness here, but like out of necessity.
Did the troubadours stick around up there and keep doing stuff?
I don't know. There's a lot of Gainesville people here now, but I never see them.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
the Delta Troubadours came back to Gainesville after Nashville.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think
Okay.
so. I mean, I think their old manager might still be up here. God, I don't remember. But I moved up here with Arrows in Action, a little pop punk band. They've done really well since they got up here.
Awesome.
And then,
Oh, dude.
yeah.
Why
I
is
know what
that
you can
so-
help me with while I've got you here thinking about it. It might be too late for this, but First Mag's having a anniversary, and they might need somebody like that's local or local legacy to headline that. So, like, if Arrows wants to come down, that would be dope. That kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, my wife would lose her mind.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just popped in my head, so I want to throw it
That's
out
why
there.
okay, I like that band. Why is it that I keep like talking to people in here that know bands that I like a lot? That's wild.
It's part of our doxing function of this show.
Oh, it's freaking wild. It's kind of mind-boggling, actually.
The network
man.
effect.
And I'll get Thorogood down there too.
That would be insane.
Or at least some of the merch, right?
I would. I have access to all of it. I would probably have to steal it, but
Well, if he wants to license it to some weird crypto startup, I do want to open a shop that is exclusively Gainesville related, or well, maybe not Gainesville related, but I want to have a merch shop for like all the bands that want to sell merch. We can have record shops and we have stuff like that, but I want to make. I got this whole like parallel economy thing still in the back of my mind. So
yeah. I'll probably, because I'm the rookie on the crew. I just joined in April, but probably by the end of the year, I'll be in charge of sourcing and everything. So I think I'm really trying to push for this Gainesville print shop to do the merch from now on.
that would be great because I want to make some merch we started a company called Decent Gains.
Yeah.
And so I want to make some merch for that. Basically, we started a band without a band. And so we just hire bands, shows.
Hey man, it's your dream.
I like the idea that we're getting to a point where we want to build Gainesville into this like its own little world. So at what point do we start like building massive walls like around the city?
Well, you build a wall of culture is what you do.
Don't say build a wall. We're gonna get the wrong idea thrown out.
I was gonna say, next thing you know, the Donald.
The Donald.
We're gonna build a wall. We're gonna build a wall around Gainesville,
and culture's going to pay for it.
And culture's going to pay for it.
That's kind of what's going on right now. We have, oh man, if you read in the Dragon Chain layer chat, we have chat rooms for every layer now.
Oh, cool.
And so like Gainesville's got a chat room, Dragon Chain's got a chat room. In chat, I laid out some of the things that I'm working on. Now, this isn't buttoned up and done yet, but it looks like it's going this way. There's a building in Gainesville that we want to use Den to operate a DAO that controls it. So anybody can get any portion of like governance on how to use that building, what tenants to lease to and things like that. But also in the end, it should enable like poor neighborhoods, low income neighborhoods to buy up their own neighborhood instead of the property developers doing it and stuff. Because what we have right now is like, it's like a situation basically where there's free money to develop low income areas. But because Gainesville has UF, there's all these students that have so much money, but they're low income because they don't actually make any money. They just have daddy's money. And so there are neighborhoods that qualify as low income neighborhoods that literally developers get to delay, like, what do you call it? They take their taxes, and instead of paying taxes, they buy property with it. And then they develop it and improve stuff, quote unquote. And then when they sell it, if they make profit, they just keep all the profit and then pay their taxes. So it's supposed to be a way to send tax dollars through low income areas to help develop it. But what it's being used for is greed. And so we're trying to develop some way to offset that. So that's coming. That's hopefully, one of those things that'll pop up as a business to business layer is hopefully that. So we'll see how that goes. They closed on the building, and they're on the hook. They they bought a $2 million building, so they better do something.
do we get to put like something on the building? Like, are we? I don't know how involved we are.
Sure, that's the beauty of it, right? So if anybody wants to benefit from this building, then anybody can hold lot.
Well, I mean, us as Decent Gains. I'm not sure like what our.
I'm saying us as Decent Gains. What we'll do is we will. I think. Let's say and this isn't financial advice, and nothing on this show is financial advice, and I definitely don't want to get in trouble for saying the wrong thing. And if I do say something that's wrong, it's because it slipped and I didn't mean it that way. So that disclaimer out of the way. Let's assume it's a $2.2 million building, and they can, so we can have 2.2 million NFTs, the lot that we have, that correspond to that building, right? And then those can each be $1. And so that company who bought the building can now sell these as governance, like authority tokens.
Clever.
Right? So we can buy those, and then we can say like, proposal, Decent Games wants to advertise with a QR code right in front of the building so that everybody who drives by can be like, what the fuck's Den.social? And
Which is what we should do.
And then everyone can vote on whether or not that's beneficial for the community, right? The neighbors hopefully will get in on it so they have some say in how the building gets used and it's not just some sort of gentrification deal. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the answer is yeah. Anybody who wants to have a say in that should have a say in it. So that'll be cool.
I'm trying to connect some of the dots here real quick. So if let's say there's two owners and the building is worth $2.2 million and they got 50% share each, $1.1 million. So what you're saying is they would be able to sell a portion of their ownership in the building at a dollar each.
Yeah.
Correct?
So they're buying it centralized, regular company, regular property developer, like knows what they're doing, knows how to manage commercial real estate, been doing it for decades. They bought the building and they are selling it to the community is what they're doing.
So now the ownership of the building has to be, I guess, then the ownership transfers to a DAO rather than those two individuals, correct?
So this is where it's a hybrid approach to where it is still centralized control with a, I guess you can glue this with a written contract or something, I guess, but the decision-making processes as well as proceeds from, like, if you sell the building, for example, would proportionally go out to the lot holders, to the token holders. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And interestingly, we have to do some custom integration of the governance because the way that the standard, like out of the box governance works isn't going to work here because there needs to be basically anti-whale mechanisms. We don't want an attack on that building from a competing property developer, for example, who can come in and buy up half of the governance tokens and then direct it into the ground so that he gets a better price or she gets a better price when they want to buy it, right? So to mitigate that, the governance tokens, let's, for example, say up to 1,000 tokens, up to 1,000 tokens, your votes evenly go up.
Gotcha.
Like your voting weight goes up 1 for 1. But then let's say after 1,000 tokens, you would have, we've been using Fibonacci's everywhere on Den. They work really great almost anywhere you apply them. So right. Then you start a Fibonacci reduced governance weight so that if you have a fuck ton of them, you don't actually override all the little guys, but it doesn't affect your proceeds if you get any portion of the sale or any portion of, let's say, the rent from the people that are leasing and stuff. So
question. Yeah. So if these two individuals in this hypothetical example I gave sold 30% of the building to lot holders, right? Someone slips and falls in front of the building and now sues the building. Do all those lot holders also are filed suit again?
This is part of what I haven't had a conversation with them about. We were gonna get together Sunday, but we got to do it this week sometime. But there's that, and so there's the negative liability, right?
Right.
Which is, so there's that.
The value of the building goes down.
There's property taxes.
Taxes.
Like if you don't buy it outright, you got to, what, $8,000 a month mortgage? Like who pays that? So those are details that have to be worked out. But the cool thing about doing it this way, where it's not purely decentralized, is we can bolt it right onto a traditional business model. And that business can have an insurance policy, a liability policy that theoretically could cover that. What I don't know is, and this is what I got to talk to them and clear up, is like what happens if you don't find enough people to rent space and you're on the hook for all this monthly,
right.
That thing. So those are details like that can be figured out. It just isn't, and it might be actually because they've been working on it a lot more than I have because it's not my project. Mm-hmm. So it could be the next time I meet, they're going to be like, yep, okay, here's what we came up with for that. And it'll be solved. So That part is not necessarily what I'm involved with. I'm just sort of like, I guess you could say consulting and say, here's how, here's the tools we have and here's how you could use them to do exactly what you want to do.
Gotcha.
And the most important part is it's easy that anybody can do it on an app. It doesn't require MetaMask. It doesn't require Web3 knowledge, or you don't even have to care that you're in a DAO or even know that it's any sort of cryptocurrency or blockchain, right?
Let me know when that meeting happens because I would like to attend that one.
We'll do. For
I gotta head
sure.
out, y'all.
Thanks for joining us.
Bad to
Anytime.
the bone. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, this was cool.
Be safe out there.
Sir.
I'm gonna try. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous. My first Europe tour, so
You'll
Well,
do
you know-
A-okay.
If you're just not slinging enough merch, give me a call and I'll cash app you and you can pretend somebody bought stuff. So that you can be like, look, see, I'm doing right. I'm doing it, man.
we had some serious Brexit issues pop up in the past week, so
Oh, God.
my numbers are gonna be kind of rough. But I think I get a pass on my first time. But we're doing
It'll still be
Australia
cool.
and New Zealand later this year too, which is great.
Oh,
That's cool. Yeah,
Well,
I want to go to New Zealand for sure. I was hanging out with a New Zealander last month, and
Yeah.
she made it sound so cool.
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, guys. But
And they unironically have second breakfast there.
Second breakfast.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
because this is where the Shire is in New
Oh,
Zealand.
God. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so they're all hobbits basically, and they have second breakfast.
Yeah, most of it was filmed there, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
anyway,
Oh.
I gotta pack. I got a lot to do. But,
Enjoy
Adios.
your wild life.
yeah.
What's that on the wall behind you?
Oh, it's one of my favorite albums. It's called Red Bird by Outrun the Sunlight.
That's
Outrun the
awesome.
Sunlight.
Really cool instrumental stuff.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll look that one up.
Adding
you.
that to list of things to listen to.
Have a good
It's
one then.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you guys. It's really good to see you guys, man.
Likewise.
Have a good one.
That's great. I love when people pop in unexpected like that. That's awesome. Do you know how to exit? I can help you exit. Okay, there we go.
Still here. We can't say we like when they do
Oh,
that.
I'm not chasing my tail anymore.
Yeah, we were over here in the corner, like,
So that was Matt Martyr. As a reminder, there's a link at the top of, if I add this back to the stream here, there's a link at the top of this post where you can join the call live. And that's where you pop in if you want to. All right. So
Well,
what
that
else is
was
going on around here? Yeah, that was great.
My coffee cup is empty, and
Me too. You want to take a
I
little break
used-
and get coffee?
I usually use like an IV bag and a needle, and I get my caffeine that way from my coffee. But
Make sure you got to be safe there and make sure that you filter it through like a cigarette butt or something.
Oh,
So you
my
don't want any chunks.
God.
You don't want any chunks in your needle.
well, I found them. I found my needles. They were just sitting there on the ground. There was people, I guess, didn't want them anymore. So
Perfect. Oh my God.
Hey, I'm going to run a 1 minute. What do you think? Norwegian, Portuguese, Filipino, Dutch?
What? Why?
Filipino,
I got it.
Filipino.
I can take care of it.
Oh, you want to do that?
Oh yeah, John, you
I had
John's
my
got
segment
it.
earlier that got
Oh,
reneged because you came back too quick.
I didn't know.
All right.
Well, I'm
But
gonna
you're
get
there.
coffee too, so let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. So
It's best
John's
if
got it.
nobody's listening.
I'm gonna start my Keurig.
Best if nobody's
All right.
listening.
And so I'll be right back. John, you got the helm. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'll be right back.
Warp us into the sun.
Okay, so this segment is called Put a Hole in Your Butt. Okay, it's important because I feel like, oh, he's putting just my screen. I thought he was going to put the volume on loud for him. No, it's called Punch a Hole in Your Butt. Okay, and it's just in case you don't have a butthole, you have to punch a new hole in there. Okay, so that way you can excrete waste from your body. If you don't have a hole, it just gets stopped up and then culminates inside your colon, and then you die. So if you don't have a hole in your butt, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to get maybe a knife, a hot branding iron, maybe just a sharp stick. If you've got anything just lying around that's long and pointy, this might also work. What you're going to want to do is just want to go ahead and put it like in a couch, like between two cushions, like this, right? You put it between two cushions, and then it's sticking up. And then it's going to sound weird, but you're going to trust me, all right? You're going to go ahead and sit on it. You're just going to sit down, Okay. This is only if you don't have a butthole. If you have one, don't do this.
Is this
You
John?
don't need it.
I just got back, but is this John's advice for creating content in the new adult layer, or what's happening here?
No, this is just this is a segment I like to call "Punch a Hole in Your Butt." Okay, and it's for people that don't have a butthole,
And they need one. You got to do something about it.
Yeah, because then poop gets all clogged up in your colon. See, if you didn't leave, you would have heard all about this.
This was a prepared segment, you said?
Yeah, I tried to pitch it earlier when you were trying to detangle your headphones. And then you came back like instantly. I'm like, God damn it. Like this was the information.
I don't even think, honestly, I don't even think the what's the name of the show? Rick and Morty did the Mr. Poopy Butthole bit. And I didn't even think that was I don't know. I don't like poop and butthole jokes, I guess.
That's fair.
But that's just me.
You don't have to like everything. I get it. You can have bad taste when it comes to some stuff.
I mean, it puts a bad taste in my mouth. What can I say?
All right. That's cool. Oh yeah, I didn't run my promo clip though.
Oh, do you have that? Do you know how to run that from your end? It's funny because everyone's going to be back, and then you're going to run it, but then it's not the thing anymore.
We're running promo clips.
There is one.
I wonder if it's. I wonder if this shares it. Does that share it?
I don't know what we missed, but I want to take this over and shout Cassie out really quick. The one that does all the freaking, baked goods and stuff for the Den events.
Okay, crisp.
She and my lovely wife made jam out of the peaches. They made me drive to.
Right. I did hear about jam making. I still got to get my potions.
Oh yeah, I've got a little potion bottle set for you, and we're actually about to make the second batch of jam, and you guys definitely should get a jar because I'm breaking my rule of not eating stuff because it's good.
My wife made me a resin chess set. And then also, she's been making a bunch of cool shit. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I played there's the video clip, by the way. We can play the clip when we're leaving the segment. How about that?
Yeah, it works.
Are we in a segment?
I don't know if we're in a segment. We
left the segment that I did. That it's what happens when you leave. And this segment was called "Punch a Hole in My Butt."
Right.
And it's what to do if you don't have a butthole.
Okay. And so that I didn't know we were going back to that segment. Cool.
Yeah. So it's over now. So we don't have to talk about that segment. Punch a hole.
I want to go back to my Matrix.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
But
yeah, I'm a Cypher sympathizer.
Yeah, you got to play the video, Dave. You got to play the video.
Cypher sympathizer.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Play the video. Let's see what this is about. I'm going to add. I'm going to play.
Oh my god.
Does it have sound? Let's see. Is it supposed to have sound?
Yeah, it's supposed to have sound.
I don't have sound. I'm going to pause it.
I like it without sound.
Let's see if there's a button for that. Nope, I got a button to mute it. What if I mute it and then unmute it?
I don't know. Sound's not working on my end
if Litecoin Lisa was here, she would be able to tell us. She tried to tell me last time how to use my computer.
Yeah, she's an expert. She's an expert.
Well, she has a show that she runs with Satoshi Shan with StreamYard, I think. So she knows where all the buttons are. Yeah, none of the sound works. So I guess that didn't work.
It's still a great video.
I'm sure it is.
It's gone forever now.
I moved the camera. I moved my camera.
Oh yeah, I see you moved it to the brick wall that we built around you so you can't leave.
Yeah.
See, what they don't know is that we've actually captured you. We like you as a co-host so much that we just caught you.
I like that. While we're gone with John. That's perfect. Yep, we'll use that.
I still love the Adobe stock photo thing in the background through the whole damn video.
It's pretty great.
It's pretty great.
I can. I'll actually get that ready because sometimes we do need a coffee break. And
I'll send you the real one too with like the audio.
I think you sent me one before, and I never did anything about it. So I'll try.
I've given up on you giving me like adequate coffee breaks, and I just stand up and leave now. So it's great. That's the way the show goes. It's wonderful.
That's Den. You have to do everything yourself.
Just stand up and leave.
Yeah, nobody does anything for you on Den. That should be the slogan.
It does anything for you. It's like Linux in a nutshell. It's like, happy birthday, here's your cake, build it yourself.
Yeah, it's for like, if you want anything done right, you got to do it yourself. Den.social.
Oh my god. Okay, so here's something stupid really quick because we always end up somewhere stupid. So as we know, David over here loves himself some video games, especially the good old Elder Scrolls world. I have a mod list for Skyrim, and I don't remember like most of what's installed because of course I don't. So shit just happens sometimes. I fought these people. This isn't even a mod. This is Bethesda's bullshit. They gave like a new quest or whatever. So now I keep getting like attacked by these guys that are dressed as like, people from the Shivering Isles or whatever. It sucks. It's
the cultists.
It's the Saints and Seducers quest.
Are you talking about the cultists?
No, not the Dragonborns, not the Dragonborn cultists.
Oh, okay.
With the Anniversary Edition crap, if you start the damn Saints and Seducers quest from one of the Khajiit caravans, they will relentlessly pursue you until you finish the quest. And I can't kill the end boss at the moment because I'm not good enough. It's freaking.
You got to go kill more mud crabs first.
So anywho, I just had fought my way through tons of these things and a dragon and almost died. And the moment combat ended, the goddamn courier showed up and was like, I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. He's naked. Okay. He's wearing shoes only.
Because Bethesda.
Almost dead. And he gives me a note that just says, happy birthday. And it was from the College of Winterhold. I've never had that happen before.
I saw a, have you seen this? Speaking of Bethesda, have you seen the Starfield, the ship? There's an image of, it's like an epic, like it's like the classic, the only image that was out for a while.
Right.
And there's this Twitter handle called Elder Scrolls Memes or something. And they took that and then they put like a little like out of place, cross-legged avatar, NPC just floating in the air next to it. Just to make it more realistic of like what to expect.
What we're going to have. I had a fish yesterday while I was walking around, and this could be the fault of the mod community, but I doubt it. I was walking around on the docks the other day, and a fish just swam straight up and just left the water and went to space. He never came back.
That's what would happen to me with this wasn't really Bethesda so much as Bethesda's way that they made someone build the game. But in New Vegas, the scorpions, man, you would see, it would look like a shark fin in the water, but it would be the tail sticking out of the top of the sand. And just going around everywhere. And you knew there was a scorpion, a rad scorpion under there somewhere, but it was just this tail going around in the top of the sand, and that was it, Oh,
that's amazing. That's almost more realistic.
Yeah. It's the same engine that had to use a hat instead of a train engine because the engine didn't have vehicles.
Oh, yeah, the engine doesn't know how to do that.
Yeah. So they made a helmet that was a train, and they put it on an NPC's head, and they put him on a track underground so that he walked. And then the train thing was just, it looked good, actually. It looked fine. But the way that they pulled it off was like, your engine doesn't do that, does it?
So here's the thing that I'm still weirded out about. So Starfield looks like it's going to be cool. I mean, let's be honest. It's going to be neat at least. It's the same engine. Like, it's still a next version of the Create engine.
Yes,
okay,
no.
It is. Well, it is. It at the end of the day, it is a Gamebryo engine.
Okay, but so is CryEngine, and so is every other engine.
Yeah,
Still
I know. Well, no, they're not all Gamebryo based.
No, but they're all based on itself.
Right, but it's based specifically on the Gamebryo engine, which is the one that we're used to with Skyrim stuff, which is why we had a backwards NPC in the damn trailer. But my question is, if that engine can't handle vehicles very well,
yeah, I know.
What did they do to make it handle vehicles? Is your ship an NPC? Is it going to just be an NPC, do you think?
So this is where I had the same damn question, because here's where like they spent the very first thing they did, apparently, as far as like what they've said in interviews. The first thing they worked on was vehicles and spaceships and stuff. And there's free flight in space battles and stuff. There's a loading screen from space to coming into the atmosphere, but you can fly around in the atmosphere.
That's fine. I'm not against that. People are going to freak out about that, but I've played Elite Dangerous and I've played Star Citizen. Figured out I own Star Citizen, side note. That's a laggy, buggy shit show. But so I was flying around in that, and it is such a mess no matter how nice your computer is. It's flying into a planet. It's choppy, it's buggy, it's not fun. I'm okay with loading screens. Give me loading screens instead.
Yeah, loading screens are fine with
like
today's tech too, with like today's hard drives and stuff.
Yeah.
The PS5, interestingly, has custom hardware, I guess, where you can you can buffer directly to and load from your NVMe SSD in the PS5 as if it were like GPU memory. So you don't actually have to load anything into your GPU.
So it
You
loads
can
everything into a cache, and then
just use your hard drive as if it's GPU memory.
That's
because
awesome.
it's fast enough to do that these days.
Wow, I didn't even think about how that's gonna potentially be a thing at some point.
Yeah, like it used to be like, oh, we need a massive 8 gigabyte, 16 gigabyte memory on my graphics card, but now it's
Now we can do it with swap space.
Yeah. What is it doing? Are they doing? So it's Xbox exclusive for how long? I wonder.
No, Xbox exclusive means Xbox and PC now. Because it's all it's all Windows 10 anyways.
Got you.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. 11, 11, 12, or 22.
Yeah, 22. Yeah.
Are they really doing the 11, 11 thing?
Yeah.
What is it? They're back. I told them to leave, and they're back.
This is we're getting an inside view of what goes through people's heads before they go out their door and shout, "Get off my lawn!"
Yeah.
I can't wait until I'm like 65 and I can sit on the porch and be like, "I fought in the war," and they can be like, "Old man Miller, there was no war." Be like, "I fought in the war."
He just gave out another name.
I don't care.
Old man Miller.
People know what my name is.
Old man Miller.
Sure. If they haven't figured out what my name is yet, I'm surprised. People on here know where I work.
Well, that happens whenever you dial in from work.
That's fine.
Oh, yeah.
So we have an 11/11 date, though. I didn't know we had like a launch date for Starfield. I'm excited.
This is cool. This is something I'm excited about. So I am hopeful for, like in Fallout 4, there was a mod for sim settlements, basically, that made settlements like actually cool. And so there's a bunch of planets that are curated, but there's also a bunch of procedurally generated planets, like in No Man's Sky, that have no human touch, so they might be wonky. But there's also apparently going to be like settlements and stuff there, like with NPCs and stuff that are built out, which I think Bethesda can pull off really well, honestly.
Yeah. My problem with No Man's Sky and other games like that is you land on a planet and there's nothing there. So the fact that they didn't say, we've got 86 trillion sextillion planets. They're like, no, we got 1,000 of them, and some of them are curated.
They have stuff.
Okay, cool. I'm cool with that. Like, let me have that. Like, you did a smaller procedural generation, and 1,000 is not a huge procedural generation. That means that they probably spent a lot of time tweaking shit to make sure it was a decent gen.
They had a team for years that is Bethesda-sized with Microsoft money.
Yeah.
Right?
Everybody freaked out about that. I like
Hello Games had a small team. They built the whole game themselves, and then Sony bought them. You know what I mean?
I just want to get into this. I just hope I can get into this game world and have like a Firefly experience where I build out my spaceship and get to go be a fucking...
Have you seen the spaceship building demo?
No.
Okay, well, I'm going to pull up real quick. Not very... it shouldn't take long to grab it, but it is cool. It's like... it's kind of like building houses and stuff in Fallout 4, but you can do it with your spaceship.
I want to do that. See, I just want to be able to... I know that people are going to make chips and just upload them for us to download. So
you also have NPCs like shipmates and stuff where they all have
ready for.
So here's what it looks like right here. Stop. Shh. I gotta skip this ad. So here's what the ships look like. Here you go. See that?
That's gonna be so cool.
That was such a quick little thing.
That was the demo. Oh yeah, I'm so ready. I swear to God, if we get screwed and this game sucks, I'm going to be really upset.
I've heard it described as NASA punk.
Oh, I like that.
Did you see the rover? Hold on.
I did see the rover.
Yeah. There's NASA stuff like so. It's interesting because it's the first. It's right there. See.
It's the first. That was the Curiosity. Yeah, that's the Curiosity rover.
It's the first one that Bethesda's made that's been in our universe. It's in this universe.
It's also the first time they've had a new series start in a long time.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get some cool lore.
Yeah. So that spaceship there, you can modify it and change how it looks. And
the thrusters do the thing, and I just want to do a crazy
like
Ivan.
Firefly.
I want to do a crazy Ivan. Yes.
If you if you can't do a crazy Ivan, and there has to be a crazy Ivan mod, I will feel underserved.
Yeah, I need to be able to pull a crazy Ivan to get away from whatever their version of Reavers are. Also, this UI is cool as shit with like the planet gimbal and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Does the crazy Ivan, is that real in submarine terms, or is that from October? What was that movie?
The Hunt for Red October.
Hunt for Red October.
Red October.
I think we're talking about it in Firefly terms, though.
I don't know if Firefly. They probably did take inspiration from it, but I don't know where the Firefly Crazy Ivan comes from. The Crazy Ivan in Firefly is where you override the safety cutouts on your engine that gimbals around, and you make one of them point forward and one of them point backwards while you're already hauling ass running away from somebody, so that you can whip around. You're going backwards, and then you can do a barn swallow where you pick up your buddies that are also running away from Reavers, and then get away. But now you're facing towards them with that, so you can fire your weapons at the pursuers.
Not that you have weapons on a transport ship.
No, of course not. No. Right. They would never modify the ship.
Have you ever seen? Okay, all right. So, have you ever seen Firefly? Not you, the one below us.
Yeah, I've seen Firefly.
Not you.
No, me.
Really talking down to I Am for I Am right now.
No. I have not seen it. Sorry, but I know the term "Crazy Ivan" from the movie Hunt from Red October.
Listen, all that aside, you're going to need to go ahead and dedicate about a day of your life and go watch the wrongfully canceled Firefly, and it's fantastic. You'll fall in love with a ship's mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. So you could potentially, if you don't have that amount of time and you don't like TV shows, you could also watch Serenity.
No.
Yes, you can.
No.
It is a top to bottom basics of Firefly.
Hold on. Did you say Serenity, or did you say what's the other one? Serendipity.
Serendipity.
Yeah, that's a chick flick.
It's a shipbuilding. You see this, David?
Look at this shit. We're building the Serenity, right? That's our goal.
Yeah. So here's the shipbuilding. So Serenity is not a drop-in replacement for Firefly, but it gives you the story, it introduces you to the crew, and it's the same actors, and they do just as good of a job.
Yeah, it's an excellent film.
And it ends the series.
Yeah.
So the problem with Firefly is that Fox aired it out of order because they thought that the train heist scene, the train robbery scene, would be like the most exciting thing to get people like, oh, it's exciting. But the thing is, you have no character development. You don't know who anybody is. You don't know what's going on. You don't know why they're robbing a train. You don't know if they're good guys or bad guys. You know nothing.
The actual first episode is like a literal film with the way that it sets up its character dynamic. Half an hour into it, you're just like, holy shit, I care about these people.
Yeah. So do yourself a favor and watch it in order, which seems like the obvious play, but Fox didn't.
Every version that you find online or everything is in the correct order. They didn't.
David, you were worried about vehicles?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm so. I can be as worried about whatever since I've seen this gameplay demo and everything. I mean, even the UI looks cool. Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready for something that's not as simplistic as No Man's Sky is, but not as damn difficult as if I want to sit down and play Elite.
I love what they took from No Man's Sky. They included the things that were really, really good about it, I think.
Yeah, they did too. And also the ship combat looks cool as hell. I'm just ready. I'm ready for a space game. I've been waiting for a space game that's actually good for the past
November.
I'm not even going to say, exaggeration. 10 solid years at least. I've been since I was a kid, looking up mods for games that were space games, playing ancient space games, like one called Parkin, which is old but really good. Because I just need a good goddamn space game.
I still play No Man's Sky. I do occasionally for I'll plug in for 72 hours. It's bad. Yeah, because once you get into end game, like No Man's Sky is a game that you don't re-roll a character in. You never start a new tune like in Skyrim and stuff, just to be like a different game, because the to get to the end game is just, it's the same pain in the ass every time with the same fucking people that you know the story, and it's like, shut up, there's no variety to get to the end. But once you're in the end, I mean, there's like fleets of frigates you can hire and bases you can build, and it's multiplayer these days, and there's cool stuff.
I just download a save game. Like, do I have to deal with all that shit?
There's that too. Yeah, there's readily available save games.
Wait, there really is.
Thankfully, it still is a type of game where you can, because it was built by indie devs, you just drop in your save game into a folder where the save games go, and you're off to the races. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about like, oh, is it synced with Steam and is it in good? They just leave things open to where you can mess with them.
I'm gonna try to play No Man's Sky on my laptop now. Damn it. Okay.
John, what are you working on over there?
So I figured we're at the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, what's the NFT we've made today?
I figured I'd share something cool that I was working on.
Cool.
Thank you to this person here.
Don't ever watch Serenity without falling in love with Firefly first. See, there you go. Another chick flick.
Listen, you gotta get. So was Titanic, and you can't say that it's not arguably one of the best films.
I've never seen Titanic.
Okay. Excuse me? John, we're watching Titanic together.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's like 3 hours long.
Yeah, it's great. I watched it at work like a month ago.
Okay, I have another confession here. So when I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I always listen at 2x speed or watch at 2x speed. So now when I sit down and watch a movie with my wife, it's like, it is so slow.
It's weird.
Like me, it's not for everyone, but I started doing that whenever I was crash coursing through things I needed to learn, where I would put YouTube at 2x.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like people that were hanging out and being slow about what they're talking about, and this is the pace that they explain the thing that they're trying to teach you about. You speed that shit up. It isn't for everyone.
History stuff is so you either have people that explain history things in a really exciting, fun way, and then you have a lecture on things, and that I have to do it like 2 times speed or I'll fall asleep.
Yeah. Comedy.
Also,
You can't do comedy at 2x speed.
No, it's gotta be. Speaking of comedy, look at this.
It might be
I know. Look at this.
What the hell drew you?
Where's Squires?
That's awesome.
So this is a little.
That is awesome.
So there's gonna be 3 other acts on the show. So I gotta I'm gonna release the flyer, and then as people give me their fucking team names, I'm gonna add them to the flyer.
Are you saying that you're gonna add titles to the icons there? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and then put a check mark in there too, as so every week it'll be like, oh, and here's the announcement for the next person on the act. So there's a little bit of hype with it. But yeah, this is my flyer. That was pretty cool. I liked it.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it's a good.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So what is that? How do you? You didn't draw you.
No,
that
that's some cartoon.
Photo?
That's some Cartoonify Me app that my mom,
that's cool.
my wife has.
My mom has.
It's fucking weird.
It's the boss, it's.
And then I got one more I can share.
Yeah, I'll pull this down, and then you can change, and I'll pull it back up. I'm gonna leave up the.
No, it's there. It's there right now.
Falling in love with Firefly first. That just stays on the screen, I think. Yeah.
I am fine.
I love it.
Oh, I love it.
How random points in the conversation end up in one of these drawings. It's like, oh, we were talking about that, weren't we? With the fanny pack too.
You nailed my face.
Oh, that is not a mistake. Holy shit.
Yeah, we've got the blue dress with the white polka dots. We got the fanny pack.
Yes, the fanny pack. That's right.
Yeah, it's a short blue dress too. That's what you said.
That's right.
We got matching shoes. And then
and you can tell I haven't shaved. I haven't shaved my legs yet.
Oh, those are just so you just got a few. I was gonna say they're muscle lines, but I guess those are just really long hairs.
Well, yeah, because he's so stressed about the collapse of society that he has to work out a lot and burn that off.
Preparing.
Yeah. And then and then he's at the beach, like he was earlier.
Nailed it.
Then he's got the fox mask.
So is this the first time we've had a guest that's been immortalized in one of your NFTs?
Wow. I don't know.
If we don't call, what was the first one I did?
Mr. Change It, give me all the change in your pocket.
Mr. Give me all the change in your pocket.
No,
yeah.
That was a good one too, Mr.
That was good. That was good.
Oh no,
I forgot about him.
Here. I'll share.
I don't remember.
I'll share it really quick. I got it. Share screen. God, there's like 400 fucking things I've just.
I know. Oh, you know what they added? You're gonna love this, John. They added a way to mirror your camera.
Oh,
that was one thing that you hated about StreamYard. Well, as a teacher of improv and comedy, you often have, if you want to hold something on the internet as a class, you have to have the correct right from left.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean? So, like, if it's not right, you need to make it left, or
My whole house looks so strange now.
Oh, it is Heather. Heather was going to be a personality.
Heather. She is a personality.
Heather Gray.
Yeah, this was going to be a pseudonym parody account for John.
Yeah.
Or you're just going to give it to someone named Heather.
Oh, this was
so we've come a long way.
Neither here nor Heather.
So, yeah. I feel like the quality's gone up.
Yeah.
It has. It has.
That's great. It's great to, you can demonstrate. And then one day it'll be so good that it looks like this. And you'll be able to say, look, I started with Heather.
There's Heather. That's Heather right there. That's who you should make in Starfield is Heather. If you plan to play the good old Starfield.
I know how to. Oh,
I have more hair than Heather.
Yeah, she has more like a heathered.
Yeah, she looks like she's like 97.
Yeah.
What do you call that color? Heathered gray or
she's
something?
been around for a while. Okay.
Trump orange. I think it's called Trump orange.
For a long time.
Oh, that's how Heather was born. Now I remember. We were talking about heathered gray. Because we were talking about the apps. We're at the App Store. We were talking about how at dragonchain.store there's T-shirts and stuff you can buy.
How did we manage to plug the merch store?
That's where Heather came from, because we talked about Heather Gray as a color option. That's what it was. And there's Den stuff on there too. So there's a lot of dragon stuff on there. There's coffee stuff on there too. So there's hats. Oh, there's a Den.social hat. When do we get a Den.social hat? Well, cool. I have to get me a Dow hat. Yeah. But yeah, it came from a heather gray color on the shirt. So there's categories, there's special editions. You should go shop around.
You really should.
It's going into August, so grab a hoodie if you're in New Zealand.
If you're not in New Zealand, grab a coffee mug because
I got one of these.
We only ship hoodies to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Look at all these categories.
I like how baby category.
Dungeons and Dragons, JoJo. I was reading an interesting article about AI Turing tests done with D&D instead of chess, which was way more interesting.
Oh, that sounds wild.
Yeah,
I know, right? Isn't Den in here somewhere? It should be. D-E-N.
There's a coffee with Den.
Den. There you go. Oh, coffee with Den is right there. Look at us.
Look at us. We got hats. We got mugs.
Boom.
Merch.
Boom. You can get a coffee with Den mug. You can get a coffee with Den coffee mug. Boom. Shout out to, I don't remember your name, who made the logo. But
I should really figure that one out.
You guys really don't remember his name?
No, I bet people.
I do once I read it.
You do.
Yeah. Once I go read it, I'll be like, yep, that's him. No, it was one of our friends from India, I think, who created that. So it was probably hanging out in the India layer now since that's live. Good stuff. I don't remember internet handles sometimes because they're hard to read as a word.
I just watched the progression of Roz figuring out that we're talking about Firefly in the comments. Just like Firefly reference, Firefly, and then the do not ever watch Serenity without watching Firefly.
And there's actually a tall cup in there too. So there's a coffee cup, and then if you're an American, you can have a coffee cup.
On that note, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and leave early because I got to go get ready for work.
You ain't early, son. It's 11:15.
I just want to say that the takeaways from this episode was certainly the Serenity and Red Bird outran the Sunlight.
Oh yeah, Outrun the Sunlight. I'm going to go listen to that. Actually, I'm going to go listen to that. No, I'm not. I have too much to do. I got to take a router that I just got done prepping to go replace somebody's router. I got to go meet with somebody at Curia, which is great. I've been wanting to meet with him for a while. But back burner, maybe tonight, Outrun the Sunlight. Yeah, that sounds great.
Hey, and maybe what? Shitcoins have value now?
Oh, that's entirely possible.
Potentially. So this is related to how I wanted to have like a shitcoin arcade where you could just do something with your tokens that you got scammed on. This looks like this looks like so if there's 250 blockchains, I would imagine.
Bye.
Hey, we'll see you, dude.
I would imagine that it includes like even the scam blockchains, you know, so you can go in there. What's your dog's name, John?
This is
what's his dog?
Minnie?
Minnie?
Mini me.
Mini me. Nice.
Well, that has been our show, I think. Let me take some of this stuff down off the screen if I can find out where I have them.
I got my improv brick wall there ready to go, John. So
love it.
Break through and say, "Oh yeah."
There it is. All right.
Cool. So quick reminder, we need names for our cannabis show. We need co-hosts as well. We can have up to 10 of them. I've got at least 3, I think, that are very not nailed down, but probably going to be there. We have Tuesdays. There's updates on Dragon Chain and Den on the Super Happy Dragon Lucky Show. Wednesdays is this. So this has been Coffee with Den. Thursdays, World Blockchain Roundtable. No promises, but I think Y'all Weird might be sitting in on this one. It is an interesting topic this week, which is current events. You know how we do the first 30 minutes is usually current events, and then we go into a blockchain topic. Well, what got voted in for the topic this week is current events, and that's it. The whole show, current events. So that'll be interesting. And go check out the new layers and check out, if you're new to Den, don't get intimidated by all the options and things. All you have to do is read stuff and comment and vote, just like any other social platform.
Yeah.
The other stuff is like advanced features.
And if you're new to Den, all you have to do is read the names on the side, on the right side. It'll help you navigate the website nice and easily.
Yep. Not on mobile, but on desktop. But then once you get used to them, you can get them out of the way. Your choice.
John, people in high places to get this done. Impressive.
No, I just annoyed enough people that it happened.
Yeah. Pro-choice when it comes to navigation icon words.
Yes.
Which, to be fair, I think it's pretty impressive that
it is.
I could be that annoying.
I
was able to reach the right people with my annoyed conversations. It's okay.
That said, if somebody does have something that's annoying them and they don't feel like they're breaking through by posting about it and talking about it on Den, we do have a weekly meeting. And this is where John busted in like the Kool-Aid man through that brick wall there and said, "Hey, let me talk to you about some words." And then it happened. It took a while.
He asked if we had any ideas or something like that.
Here's an idea, some words. Yeah. No, that's great. So I appreciate that. Thank you. And it's an illustration of, some things that are relatively minor changes that aren't a huge workload can get updated and included through the regular dev cycle. This wasn't something that was voted on for DenDAO prioritization. It was something that was done while we're working on anonymous posts. So that can happen too. Anyway, I think that's what we got, y'all.
Nice.
Peace out.
Peace out. This is, speaking of Y'all Weird, hopefully he comes on the show Thursday. He's traveling, so maybe not. But this is Enter the Dragon by Denizen Y'all Weird. Have a great day.
Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best. Adaptable, raw capital, label radical yet rational. A tactical approach is palpable if this animal is fallible, but that conclusion is laughable. So with for all detachable from the mandible, you see it now.